Guys, let's talk for a minute about the diesel exhaust fluid that the modern day trucks have today. This is where that goes, and you always end up getting it after you get your primary fuel for your truck. Now, back here is your primary fuel. You'll fill it first always, then it'll ask you at the beginning of each session of fueling up, do you want it DEF? And most likely you should always say yes. And so that's where this goes, okay? Do not ever, no matter what you do, never, ever, ever, ever think about taking this little hose that goes in here and putting it in your big tanks here, because if you do, you have ruined your motor. And even if you do something like that, do your company and yourself a big favor and don't even crank the motor up. They would rather drain it as they would you ruin the motor, because it will ruin it, okay? So let's take a look at the components of what this does under the hood. Okay guys, so right here, this goes into this whole entire exhaust system that you've got right here with your turbo and everything else. And what it's designed to do is simply this. It is designed to make the standard of your exhaust emissions that's coming off of your exhaust be a more strict standard emission for cleaner air. Basically what it is, guys, it's just a big, huge catalytic converter is what it is, okay? And when you get in your truck, you're going to see two different gauges in here. One is going to be for your fuel, and the other one most likely is always going to become within the perimeters of your speedometer, and there is my DEF gauge telling me how much DEF that I have. Always fuel it up, guys, every time you get fuel. And if you ever run out of this DEF, your truck is going to cut itself back to where it's at a crawl. You're basically going to be shut down, and you may even have to end up having some type of factory reset to reset the sensor in order for your truck to act normal again. So don't run out of this DEF, guys. There's sensors that regulates that stuff. You can't get around it. It's something that's here to stay. And you might as well just go on ahead and get it, comply with it, and be done. Because I think it came in with the Environmental Act Phase 4 of the EPA, and so for cleaner exhaust emissions. And so this is all part of those phases that they're going through. I think they're about ready to go into Phase 5 shortly, if I'm not mistaken. But this exhaust fluid system is designed for overall cleaner air. Don't have anything to do really with the truck and its operation. It's essentially just a huge catalytic converter for the diesel motor, but you are going to have to comply with it because it's got sensors attached to it and everything. It's a part of normal operations of the truck from here on out, okay? And again, guys, remember what I told you. Absolutely, positively, do not ever, ever, ever take that stuff and mix it in with your diesel fuel, because it has got components in it that will absolutely destroy the internal components of your motor. Okay? Have yourself a good evening. Remember what I said on that now.